And now, let us see how parents can meet the challenge of sticking to a routine of family worship despite the increasing anxieties of this system of things. Brother Lauren Shocker of the Riverview Congregation in the Dalles has been working with this cast for months on this modern-day drama entitled, "These Words Must Prove to Be on Your Heart." Let's watch.
Sometimes you don't get home until 9 or 10 at night, exhausted. When I was trying to talk to you the other night, you fell asleep.
That's what this system does to people like me and your mom. lecture session? Because I've got some things I need to do.
Brad, you don't need to practice your music.
Well, you know what then? I'm just tired. I'm gonna go upstairs and crash.
Brad!
Maybe you should just let him go, Tom. He's worn out.
Dad, can I go to the bathroom, please? Sure. How did all of this happen?
It's not your fault, dear. I guess we're all just tired. Tired of this system. Tired of everything. We wind up having to work day and night just to get by. We have no choice.
Is that all it is? No. Something else went wrong here.
Well, for one thing, these kids are driving me crazy. I can't believe how disrespectful they've become. Did you see Robin's face when I took her phone? I would never have got away with that when I was growing up. How did they get this way? I think we spoiled them. We should have been stricter.
You think so?
Tom, you're worn out too. You need to take the night off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going into the kitchen to get a bite to eat, and then I'm going to watch a little TV. You want to join me?
No thanks. You go ahead. I just need to sit here and decompress. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Not a very good family study, was it? What do you have to say? You know what I forgot to do?
You didn't open with prayer?
Nathan, this system is just an absolute mess. I don't know how some people do it.
Do what?
You know, evening witnessing, informal witnessing, pioneering, like you and Sarah. Our family is light years away from doing those things. It's daunting for me and my family just to keep up with the basics. I don't know. Something has definitely changed in this world. I know I'm not what I used to be.
What do you mean?
Sit down, please. What's changed? Well, I was an elder, a man who had time, or just made time for Jehovah. I know we should keep life simple, but the truth is, I don't know where to begin. Life has got so complicated that my head's spinning.
Tom, we've been friends for many years, and you know I care a lot about your family. Can we talk man to man?
Of course.
Then let me ask you, who made your life so complicated?
My kids, my boss, myself? Who knows? Maybe Satan got his claws into our life and stirred everything up. I feel like I have no control over anything anymore. My boss tells me what to do. Even my kids tell me what to do. You should have seen our family worship the other night. Nathan, it was a disaster. First, everyone got there late. They all had excuses. And I'm left sitting there looking like a fool.
Have you tried the suggestions for family worship in the Kingdom Ministry insert?
Like what?
I was thinking about watching one of our videos.
We've seen them all.
What about Bible games?
I'm not that creative.
Singing?
I can't even carry a tune.
Now it sounds like you're making excuses.
Sorry. I'm just being frank with you. I don't expect you to try to solve all our problems. Anyway, how are things with you and Sarah?
Well, things are a little different over in our neck of the woods. I sent in my letter today.
To your boss? Wow, you actually did. Isn't that kind of risky?
We don't think so. We've thought it through and worked out a plan. I have no doubt that Jehovah will bless our efforts.
So, what did you write?
I told him that I would be leaving the firm at the end of the month.
Did you tell him why?
Yes, I did.
I admire you, Nathan. that takes some kind of faith, especially this economy.
It's something Sarah and I have always wanted to do. Now that the kids are out of the house, why not? We may not be able to be missionaries or serve at Bethel, but we can serve where the need is greater.
Well, I hope everything works out. But you better have something stashed away for a rainy day.
Yes, we've counted the cost. In fact, that's another reason I came by. We don't want to renew our rental contract and be stuck here, so that means we have to move out soon. Monica suggested we ask you about staying in your basement apartment. Could we rent it for a month or two until we move?
Rent? You don't have to worry about rent. We'd be delighted for you to stay there free. You want to see the place?
Oh, thank you so much. But it doesn't have to be right now.
Why don't you come by tomorrow night?
Sounds good.
You sure you know what you're doing? I mean, leaving that big firm?
Yes, I think so. A lot of thought and prayer went into this decision. I think I felt the first raindrop.
Where are you going?
I'm going over to a friend's house.
Not so fast. Who's your friend?
Somebody I know.
What's her name?
Dad.
Is this a sister? Or someone from school?
Dad.
What?
Can you stop talking to me like I'm 10? You're always embarrassing me in front of everybody.
Aren't you going to say hello to Brother Adams?
Oh, no disrespect, Brother Adams, but hi and goodbye. Take care. Love you, Dad.
Robin?
Dad, stop worrying. I know what I'm doing.
Robin, get back here.
Good night, Dad.
You see what I mean?
Yes, I see.
And it's getting worse by the minute. Feel free to change things around down here. Monica and I are not that picky.
This is just ideal. Moving in shouldn't take much. We already unburdened ourselves of a lot of stuff the last time we moved.
Great.
Who's the guitarist? You?
Ha! Not me. Brad. He's even got a band he plays with. He comes down here to practice, but I'm sure he won't mind practicing up in the attic while you're here. I'll leave it out in the hall for him.
So, Tom, could we move in as soon as Wednesday?
That's our family worship meeting. But, it won't matter if we miss it one more time.
No. Keep it consistent. If your study is Wednesday, keep it on Wednesday. We can move in on Thursday.
Nathan, honestly, I'm not sure it would make a bit of difference.
Why not?
I doubt I'll ever make a success of our family study.
What makes you feel that way?
Well, when I was serving as an elder, I suppose I had my share of talents. But teaching was never my strong point. Now, before you say anything, hear me out. Sure, I taught, but I never mastered the art of teaching like some brothers. I like to work with my hands, but teaching?
You can teach. I've heard you.
I've been trying to teach with my family.
I know you have. You and Monica have always cared a lot about your children.
Well, when they were younger, we managed to go over the weekly Bible reading and to prepare for the Watchtower study. But once I became a plant manager, my boss expected me to be on call at any hour. By the time Brad and Robin got into their teens, our family study was hit and miss at best. And now, whenever I try, it turns into chaos.
Are those the only reasons you're finding it hard?
What else could it be? Monica thinks we should have been tougher on the kids. What did you and Sarah do, Nathan? Your kids both turned out well.
It's true that some children need a little more discipline than others. But we found that it's still patience, love, and practical concern that bring a family together. Like anyone else. Children can't be coerced into being true Christians.
But how am I going to reach my kids at this point? The older ones just brush off everything I tell them. It makes me feel like throwing in the towel.
Tom, first of all, you must not give up on them. They would sense that, and they might give up on themselves. It's taken time for them to get into that condition, and it will take time for them to get out.
I can understand that, all right.
Remember that family worship is about helping your family members to draw closer to Jehovah, and that involves a lot more than just having a family study.
It does? So what doesn't involve then?
Family worship involves our entire family life, including family study. You know what Jehovah told the nation of Israel. It's recorded at Deuteronomy 6:6. These words must prove to be on your heart. So a regular family worship evening is important for sure. It provides a steady, reliable stream of the spiritual words we all need to absorb. To get those words into our children's hearts, we as parents need to show the children that we are working to get those words into our own hearts.
That makes sense too.
And you know the next verse. You must inculcate them in your son, speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk on the road, and when you lie down and when you get up. I remember how hard Sarah and I worked to put that counsel into practice.
Inculcate Jehovah's words. Yeah. Well, I've always tried to impress God's words on my kids. Whenever I can get them to crack open a book.
But think about when we're supposed to do this. For instance, when you sit in your house.
That sounds a lot like a family worship meeting.
Definitely. But what about other times? Sarah and I feel that having at least one meal at home as a family every day, uninterrupted by TV or other distractions, is something that kept our family close. Sometimes I brought up spiritual topics, but most of the time we just talked. It's amazing what you can learn about your kids when they feel free to express themselves, even when what they say shocks you.
What comes out of my kids' mouths makes me angry.
There were times when I had to pray not to blow my top too. But we learn not to overreact. We also learn to use every opportunity to reach our kids' hearts. For example, when you walk on the road, you remember how far our old house was from the Kingdom Hall?
I remember it took you a solid half hour to drive to meetings.
And we made good use of the time, coming and going.
What did you do?
We talked with the children, not only about the meetings, but about how the brothers and sisters were doing. They knew about various situations in their friends' lives, and that way they got to hear an adult viewpoint on them.
What about when you lie down?
Oh yes, then too. When our kids were younger, right after they went to bed, we'd sit next to them and talk with them about their day. Jehovah wasn't always in the picture, and his words just naturally came into our conversations. That was one more opportunity for them to see that Jehovah was real to us, and very, very kind and good. Then we'd pray with them and kiss them goodnight.
It may be a little late for me to start doing that.
But it's never too late to try something, Tom. For example, when you get up, could you perhaps read the day's text with them sometime during the day? At least some days?
With our crazy schedule? Maybe on the weekend. Let me think about it.
I urge you to pray together too, Tom, and to pray about improving your family worship. Many are the times Sarah and I prayed, even shed a few tears, begging Jehovah to help us bring up our children properly. We believe that Jehovah answered our prayers.
But where am I going to find time to do all these things? This system is eating up all my time.
Tom, we have to make time, just as you used to do. We have to buy out the opportune time.
Basically, you're saying I need to quit my job. I can't be without work.
Neither can I. But helping your family to stay close to Jehovah is your most important work. Tom, everyone has to make sacrifices in life. The key is making the right sacrifices. Somehow, we need to make time for our kids, together and one-on-one, if we're going to succeed in getting God's words into their hearts.
Nathan, I know you're right. But where do I start? I feel powerless.
You just have to make time and start somewhere. One of the best places to start is with your teenagers' personal concerns.
Truthfully, I haven't got a clue about what goes on in their lives.
Find out. Ask them. Then you can work that into your family worship. And don't give up. It can take a few weeks of extra effort before having a regular family worship evening becomes a good habit. If you want, Sarah and I can join you occasionally.
Now you're really making me nervous.
Why? I don't bite. We're friends and brothers, aren't we? Brother, I have confidence in you.
Dad's gonna kill me.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I saw that girl.
I'm looking for my guitar.
It's upstairs in the hallway. Brother and sister Adams live here now. What were you looking for in their dresser?
Just some old stuff.
You look really nervous. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Dad says we're going to have a barbecue for the Adams on Saturday. Are you going to be here?
No, I don't think so.
What about our family worship tonight?
No, I've got band practice.
Robin said you don't like family worship evening because you don't really believe in Jehovah. She's wrong, isn't she?
She's wrong. Of course I believe in Jehovah. But Robin doesn't know what I really think. Neither does anybody else.
Aren't you even going to tell me?
Nikki, nobody has a monopoly on the truth. Besides, I'm not so sure that Jehovah created everything exactly the way we think he did.
What do you mean?
Look, you're still young, but soon you'll be learning some things at school that'll open your eyes. Wait until you find out what the Indo-symbiotic theory says about how everything got here.
I don't understand.
You will, soon enough. Did you see what my guitar picks went?
No?
Okay, forget it. I've got to go meet up with the guys in the band. Give me 5. Don't worry about me, buddy. I'm alright. See ya.
Brad, come to family worship. Please.
Any comments before we conclude with prayer?
Dad, are we really going to have a family worship evening every week?
That's my aim.
But Dad, why all of a sudden now?
We should have been doing this all along, Robin. It's an opportunity for us to discuss things that matter to our family.
Dad, I got 2 ideas for what we can study next.
2 ideas? What are they?
Can we study about the endosymbiotic theory?
Whoa! Where did that come from?
I think I can tell you where.
Can we?
Dad, if we're really going to do this regularly, can I invite someone to sit in sometime?
Who do you have in mind?
I've been talking to this guy at school about the Bible. I think he's shown some interest.
Robin has a boyfriend.
Stop it! I do not! He's really interested in the Bible, Dad.
Here's my other idea. What does Jehovah think about boyfriends?
I think that might be a good topic. Tom, what do you think? Nikki, you should mind your own business.
I have a suggestion. Singing is also a part of our worship. How about practicing some of the new songs?
That's a great idea. No, Mom.
Yes, I'd like that too. In fact, we could do that right now. Monica, could you bring us some songbooks? Too bad Brad's off playing with his band. He could play along on guitar. So, which song are we going to sing?
One of my favorites is Psalm 88. Children are a trust from God.
Dad, please. Robin, what's wrong? I don't feel like singing. Why not? It just feels weird.
Sitting around the living room by ourselves, singing songs.
What if we sing one of your favorites?
I don't have any favorites.
I've got 10 favorites.
10? How can they all be your favorite? You can have only one favorite.
Robin, don't you like any of the new songs?
Sure, some of them are really nice.
Which ones? Will you tell us?
I like See Yourself When All Is New, song 134.
Wow, you even know the number. Why do you like that?
It's a catchy tune. Besides, the song goes, just see yourself, just see me too. I picture myself in the new world.
That's a good reason to like it.
Tom, I propose that we sing that song. What do you think?
Good, let's sing song 134. And Nathan, after we sing, would you mind closing with prayer? Just see yourself, just see me too. Just see us all in a world that is Well, I'm trying, but I still feel like I'm swimming upstream. Brad and even Robin keep resisting me. Do you see it? Or am I just overreacting?
No, I see it. But you're making progress, so don't give up.
That's exactly what I feel like doing.
But don't. Keep on encouraging them to express their feelings.
But doesn't letting them express their feelings just encourage them to criticize me and Monica?
How else do you know what's on their minds? Kids today face problems we didn't have.
That's for sure. While we're out making a living, Satan, who doesn't need to make a living, is always busy pushing them in the wrong direction.
Tom, you and Monica are their parents. You have the lion's share of influence over them. So don't be afraid to use that influence to help them.
Use it? How?
Talk with them. Work with them. Let them know you have high standards for them. You have to stay involved in their lives and keep them aware that Jehovah is involved in their lives too.
You're right. I know I need to.
We can't completely control their environment. They're going to be exposed to all kinds of people and ideas in school and in the neighborhood. But we must prepare and protect them, especially from bad associations, whether in person, on the internet, or by cell phone.
How do you counteract something so pervasive?
Tom, when it comes to associations, you must not give up and you must not give in. One good way is to replace bad associations with good associations. For instance, whenever we could, we'd invite the circuit overseer and his wife over for a meal.
Seems like it helped your family. But suppose I do all that, and it still doesn't work.
Yes, well, that could happen. Sooner or later, everyone has to decide for himself whether he wants to serve Jehovah. But if we do our part to help them make the right decisions, we know that Jehovah will do his part.
Okay, I'll keep trying.
Do you have to go somewhere?
Why do you ask?
You keep looking at your phone?
Yeah, my boss keeps calling. Lately, he's been asking me to work even more hours. Excuse me. Hello?
Winters, there's a situation in the maintenance building that needs your immediate attention.
Yes, Mr. Henry. I'm just leaving. I'll be there right away. Nathan, the next time the circuit overseer visits, would you please put my name down to invite him for a meal?
What do you want to be when you grow up? I already am grown up. I'm 16 years old. Anyway, I'm a humanitarian.
A humanitarian? What's that?
I'm going to travel to other countries and help people improve their lives.
How are you going to do that? Are Once you become mature and wise, you'll understand.
Sounds like you want to be a missionary.
I don't know. I guess. What do you think?
I guess it looks good.
Never ask your little brother. I think this will work.
I know what I want to be when I grow up.
That's nice.
Do you want to know?
Not right now. I'm going to go hang out with some friends. Bye.
How are you doing, Nick?
Fine, Brother Adams. Do you know what I want to be when I grow up?
No, what?
I want to be the brother who puts the magazines and books and boxes at Becca and then sends them out. I think that would be cool.
You just might be perfect for the job.
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure, ask away.
Is a humanitarian the same thing as a missionary?
Now, that's an interesting question.
Oh, and Brad said some people don't believe that Jehovah made them. How do you know that he did?
Another good question. Would you like to know the answers to those questions?
Yes.
Well, Nick, we can talk about them a little right now. But I think your dad is also planning on discussing creation during your next family worship evening.
What does it say? Read it, please, Robin.
It says, the one with the power and wisdom to create the heavens and the earth could certainly give Moses such advanced knowledge. This gives weight to the Bible's claim that it is inspired of God.
Does that answer your question?
I think so.
So then,
Nick,
why do people still want to believe in evolution?
people believe in a lot of different things, Nick. But that doesn't mean we have to believe in them too. We know that Jehovah knows the most about his own creations, more than any human does.
You know, I kind of enjoyed this discussion. Too bad Brad wasn't here for it. Where is he?
He called to say he's still at his band practice.
Even if he were here, I'm not sure he'd be convinced about all of this.
Well, each of us needs to make an effort to strengthen his own convictions. Brad needs to be here to do that too.
So what are we going to do for next week?
Okay, are you ready? There are 9 aspects of the fruitage of God's Spirit. Each of you pick one and explain how we can show it in daily life. Okay?
I got love.
I'll take, goodness. Goodness? Why? What's wrong with my taking goodness? Nothing. I'm just impressed, that's all.
Long suffering for me, for several reasons.
I think I'd better take faith.
Can I pick one for Brad? How about joy?
Tom, before we wrap it up, I'd like to invite the kids downstairs to show them my model of Noah's Ark.
Great. When you come back up, we'll close with prayer.
Come on, kids. You've heard of Noah's Ark. Let's go see Nathan's Ark.
Brother Adams, you have an ark? Where did you get it?
I built it with my own kids once upon a time.
Cool. Come on, Robin.
We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Honey, I thought that went pretty well. What do you think?
I thought you did a great job.
I'm still working on the art of teaching.
Tom, there's something else I wish we could work on.
What's that?
Eating together. As a family, I mean. Remember how we used to discuss the day's text at the table? Can we get that going again? I miss talking with the kids at meals.
I do too. I can't help thinking about what Robin said a while ago. About my always being at work. You know, it's dawning on me that what the kids need most is not money or gifts. They need us, their dad and mom. They need us to be fully involved in their lives. I wonder what I can do about my job.
Can you at least slow down a little? We don't even have time to talk heart to heart as a couple anymore. Tom, I miss that too.
You're right, honey. So do I. But really, we both need to cut back on work.
But we need the income, Tom. We have a lot of expenses, and we have a lot of debt.
Actually,
make ends meet.
Monica, dear, let's look closely at our expenses and our income. Jesus said if we put spiritual things first, Jehovah will help us. Has he ever let us down?
No, of course not. Honey, I'm willing to cut back. But I don't want you to wind up taking on more work than we'll never see.
No, I don't intend to take on more. We just have to cut out some things we don't need. Here, take a look. This is a list of expenses that I think we can eliminate.
When did you find the time to figure all of this out?
Dad, you've got to see Nathan's ark. It's got so many little animals inside.
So it was that good. What did you think, Robin?
Pretty cool. For a model. Makes you wonder what the real thing was like.
Dad, can we build the real thing? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Build an ark. Maybe we could do something like that.
Really?
Kids, what do you say we go to the park this Saturday afternoon?
What for?
You'll see. I think you'll be surprised.
Tom, this list makes sense. I can tell that you put a lot of thought into it. Wow. You two are actually holding hands.
Let's close with prayer.
Look, here's an empty table.
How nice of you, Larry.
So as I was saying, I go to church sometimes. I learn the Lord's Prayer, you know, thy kingdom come. But I haven't really read the Bible. When I was a kid, I tried to, but it's hard to understand. I mean, don't you find it difficult?
Well, not really. We get a lot of help. We have books, meetings, family worship.
That's exactly what I need. Do you think you could teach me the Bible?
No, I don't think my dad would go for that. But maybe he would study with you.
Really? What's he like? Is he a disciplinarian? Or mellow and laid back? Is he a bookworm? Intellectual?
Intellectual? No, I wouldn't call him that. My dad. He's intelligent, that's for sure. He loves working with his hands. He's a master at it.
You know, when I first saw you, I thought, what a beautiful girl. And you seem so patient and kind.
I don't know. I think I'm curious and impulsive. I guess maybe I'm a little compassionate. I want to be a humanitarian.
See that painting on the wall? That's Venice. Ever been to Venice?
No.
I'd like to take you to Venice someday. You and Venice were made for each other.
You really think so?
Do you think we could get together more often? I'd like to get to know you better.
I'd like to get to know you better too.
About 73 feet wide and almost 44 feet high.
Hey, look who's here. I was afraid you weren't going to make it.
So, where's Noah's Ark?
There it is.
Wow, it's huge.
I know, right?
What made you decide to come?
I didn't want to miss out, especially after seeing Nathan's model.
Come on, Robin. Let me show you how he measured the ark.
Thank you, Jehovah. Knock, knock.
Oh, Dad, you startled me. How come you're still here? You're going to be late for work.
I took the day off.
What? You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. I took the day off because I needed the time to think about our family. You, Mom, Nick, Brad too. I've been giving a lot of thought to something you said a few weeks ago.
Something I said. What did I say?
You said, I'm always at work. I realize now that you're right. I've been neglecting you. And I'm sorry.
Dad, you work so hard to take care of us. We understand. It's the system of things.
You know, I've been saying that for years.
Well, isn't it true?
In part. But I think we've been using it as an excuse for not doing what we should. I'm trying to change it.
How? Change what?
Well, I can't change the past. But I can change the future. I remember our long walks when you were younger. I want to start spending time with you again, Robin. Just the two of us.
Sure, Dad. But not today, right? I'm supposed to go meet somebody.
Wait, Robin. There's something else. I also intend to spend every Wednesday evening together with you and with the rest of the family at family worship.
But Dad, a lot of Wednesdays you wind up working late.
Not anymore.
What? Mr. Henny has given you Wednesday evenings off?
Whether he gives me the time off or not, Wednesday is our family worship evening.
Seriously? You won't lose your job?
My family is my most important job. Mom's too. We want you to be happy, and we want all of us to be in a new way together. Our family worship evening will help us to accomplish that, and we need our precious Robin to be there too.
Dad, I'm 16. Don't you think I'm getting a little old for that?
For family worship? No one gets too old to worship Jehovah, Robin. Besides, Mom and I want to hear about your thoughts and feelings, your goals.
You really want to know what I feel? What I want in life?
Yes, of course. What's the matter, Robin?
Nothing.
Come on, tell me.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Something's wrong, isn't it?
No, Dad. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. But I don't think I can make it Wednesday.
May I ask why? Robin, what's his name? Come on, Robin. What's his name? Everyone has a name.
His name is Larry.
Robin, remember what we discussed about boyfriends the other evening? Did it make any sense?
Yes, it all made sense.
Does Jehovah's point of view matter?
Of course it does.
Is Larry the boy you wanted to invite over?
Yes. I wrote this to you and Mom about it. Dad, if my feelings really do matter, then give him a chance. He wants to study. Maybe you can help him.
I'm willing to meet him, Robin.
I think you'll like him.
Robin, I don't know if I ever told you what happened when I first started showing interest in your mom. Her dad wanted to meet me. Why do you suppose he wanted to do that?
was concerned?
That's right. Who was he concerned about?
Mom?
Sure. And that was long before any of us were in the truth. But it sounds to me like you already have feelings for Larry.
Dad, you'll see how nice he is.
But he's not a brother.
He should be a brother. That's how kind and considerate he is.
Sweetie, I hope someday he will be a brother. But for now, he doesn't know Jehovah.
Then he needs our help. Just give him a chance, Dad, please. That's all I ask.
Robin, think. Having a romantic relationship with Larry would only make it harder to know if he really loves Jehovah and the truth.
How do you know? You haven't even met him.
Don't you think it would be spiritually and emotionally confusing for both of you?
So my feelings don't really matter after all. You don't really want to help him, do you?
Sweetie, my first priority is to help you. I'm your father, and I don't want to see you get hurt. That's why I can't support you in doing something we both know is against the Bible's direction, to marry only in the Lord.
But Dad, I'm not talking about marrying Larry.
I understand. But where is all of this headed? And what is he thinking about?
I don't know. All I know is that he's someone who cares about me.
Rob, do you really understand what's happening to your heart?
Yes, I do. It's all right here in black and white. But I'm not sure you really want to know. Dad, you're not my age. And you're not a girl. How can you know how I feel?
I suppose I can't know exactly. I'm just Dad. Just your dad. But I do know this, that if I didn't care about you deeply, I wouldn't be here talking to you. And I know that I was your choice. I thought I knew what I wanted too. And I found out, just like the scripture said, that my heart was treacherous.
Dad, why are you saying these things?
Why?
Yes, why? Why?
Because I love you, Robin. And if I didn't protect you, I would be even more negligent.
Mr. Winters? Hi, my name is Larry. I go to school with Robin.
Nice to meet you, Larry. Robin has spoken about you.
You have a beautiful garment, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, Robin tells me you've taught her a lot about the Bible. I'd like to learn more about the Bible, too.
That's nice, Larry. I'm sure we can arrange for someone to study with you.
I was hoping that you would study with me, sir. That way, I could get to know you, and you could get to know me. I'm really a pretty nice guy. I'm planning to be a lawyer.
Larry, I can tell you've taken a liking to Robin.
I think it's mutual, sir. And I assure you, I really respect her.
Well, you know, Larry, in our family, we take the Bible very seriously.
Yes, sir. I know. Robin's been talking to me about that.
We believe that the Bible is God's Word. We try to live by it in every aspect of life.
I think that's great. That's what I want to do, too.
Well, that's very commendable. But you know, it takes some time to get to know God and the Bible.
I'm ready to start.
That's good. But you have to be doing it for the right reasons.
What do you mean, sir?
Well, your reason for learning about God needs to be that you want to know more about Him. Not just that you want to get to know Robin.
I don't understand.
Larry, the Bible tells Christians to marry only in the Lord. In other words, having the same religious convictions is very important for people who are thinking about getting married.
Married? Well, I'm not planning on rushing into anything here.
That's good. In the meantime, I'll be happy to arrange for someone to study with you. but my wife and I cannot allow you and Robin to date.
Is Robin okay with that?
She knows what the Bible says.
I see.
Larry, you may be a fine young man, but for us, this is about being obedient to God, Jehovah. When someone is dating, it means they're contemplating marriage. So can you see why we take dating so seriously?
Well, thank you, Mr. Winters. I guess I better go.
Okay, Larry. I hope you can see that we have nothing against you personally. I really hope you will let me arrange for someone to study with you.
I don't think so, Mr. Winters. And actually, I think I may know your daughter better than you do.
Come in. Door's open. I know why you're here.
You do? Why am I here?
You found my music CD in the dresser, right?
That's part of the reason. Yes.
Dad, I don't understand why music is such a big deal. I love my music. It makes me feel good. If other people don't like it, they don't have to listen to it.
Son, you're a good musician. I enjoy hearing you play. But you know how Jehovah feels about immorality, violence, and rebellion. Would you do the things those songs talk about?
But Dad, isn't that my responsibility, not anybody else's?
Son, you are my responsibility. One of my biggest. I apologize that I have not taken my spiritual responsibility towards you seriously enough. But that's changing now. We're going to have our family worship evening every Wednesday. And you need to be there.
I have band practice on Wednesdays.
Brad, why miss family worship? To spend time with people who don't serve Jehovah.
Dad, take it easy. The guys in the band aren't evil.
I know. They've lived in our neighborhood for years. I guess that's why I didn't stop you from playing music with them. But do they know and love Jehovah? Do they pray to Him? Do they really care?
Dad, don't be so judgmental. They're my friends.
What about being Jehovah's friend, Brad? Is your association with the band drawing you closer to Jehovah? Is it making Him more real to you? Brad, the Bible commands us not to forsake meeting together for worship. Family worship is part of that too.
But Dad, how do we really know that what we believe is the whole truth? Can't you find truth in other places too? I mean, there are a lot of smart people out there. For example, can the thousands of scientists who believe in evolution all be totally wrong?
Brad, not all scientists reject the Bible. For some, the more facts that come to light, the more evident it is to them that there must be a creator. Brad, have you really thought about what's in these brochures? They contain facts that some evolutionists prefer to ignore. For example, even the simplest cell is far too complex to come into existence by accident. On family worship, we've been going over how points like this show that Jehovah is real and that He created all things.
Dad, I believe in Jehovah.
And I believe in you, Brad. I know you really want to do what's right. That's why you need to be with us for family worship, son. Every Wednesday. You must be there to strengthen your faith and your relationship with Jehovah. This is not optional. Robin, listen to me.
Not now, Larry. We're going to be late for class.
I did some research on this sect you're in. I'm telling you, get out before it's too late. They brainwash you, and the next thing you know, you're some kind of zombie.
Larry, it's not brainwashing to get God's word into our hearts. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do. I've read about these cults.
We're not a cult. And you don't know the first thing about what we believe.
I do too. Your dad dumped all kinds of stuff on me.
Like what? What did he say?
He said I can't see you because first he has to make sure I suit his tastes. He said you can't talk to me because I'm an infidel. He said anyone who is not a Jehovah's Witness is a pagan. He said I'm going to burn in hell because I don't know the Bible.
He never said any of those things.
I swear he did.
That's impossible. That's not even what we believe.
Robbie, I love you.
What?
I've loved you from the day I laid eyes on you.
Larry, don't be crazy. You don't even know me.
Okay, but I want to. Doesn't that count for something?
I'm not sure anymore.
Look, your father's unreasonable. He's choking your freedom out of you. He's a dictator.
Don't talk that way about my father.
Face it, he's trying to ruin your life.
No, he's not. He's trying to protect me. I have to go to class.
Not until you admit what I'm telling you is true.
Whatever happened to studying the Bible?
Oh yeah, about that. Well, if you won't teach me, I guess I'll have to find someone else to take to Venice.
Expecting you at work sooner than usual?
You know, Monica, I think this is going to work. I really do. Look at this.
What am I looking at?
I've been figuring out a budget that includes your not having to work so much. Or maybe not at all.
Really?
When you put our actual expenses down on paper, keeping life simple can work. Look, here's my monthly income. Here are our regular expenses, food, housing, fuel, and paying off our credit card debt. This is for savings and contributions. Here I've got a separate column for miscellaneous costs and gifts. So this is how much I make, and this is the amount we actually need. You see? There's more than enough money.
But Tom, what about clothes? You need new shoes.
Do I really?
Tom, have you taken a close look at them lately? I don't want you to look shabby in the ministry.
Okay, we'll have clothing needs. Anything else?
No, I guess not.
So what do you think? Can we do this? Is this realistic?
Tom, not too long ago, I would have said no. But do you remember when we talked about Matthew 6:33 during family worship? I realized then that putting spiritual interests first and relying on Jehovah is the most realistic thing we can do.
I'm glad to hear that.
But it's still kind of scary, isn't it?
What do we have to be scared of?
That we won't be able to cover our monthly expenses.
Have we ever gone hungry?
No, but close.
Oh, yes. But did we ever go without?
No.
So what is there to be afraid of?
What if we don't have enough money even to buy a cup of coffee?
No. Somehow, we'll always find money for coffee.
Promise?
I'll sell something if I have to buy you a cup of coffee.
Maybe we could sell some things.
I'd go along with that. We could probably get some cash for that old china clock while we're at it.
No, Tom. Not the clock. That clock was my grandmother's.
Okay, we keep the clock. Why don't we make a list of other things we can do without?
You know, Tom, this is kind of exciting.
What is?
Making such a big change. It feels like we're moving or something. But that's a good thing, isn't it?
We're following Jesus' advice.
What are we going to do with all our extra time?
There's plenty to do with the work of the Lord, including plenty to do with our kids.
Oh, Tom.
What? What's the matter?
Tom, when are you supposed to talk with Mr. Henry?
Today, after my shift.
Do you know what you're going to say?
Pretty much. I've been thinking and praying about it for days.
Are you scared?
A little.
Tell me the truth.
The truth? I'm as scared as I was when I first had to meet your father. But I'm going to rely on Jehovah with all my heart. I just want to cut my hours back to a normal schedule.
And I want to give you more work and more money.
I don't want.
Tom, you need to think about this. Do you realize how fragile the economy is? How are you going to pay your mortgage? Get your wife her Christmas? I forgot. You don't celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean. Plus, there's a lot of pressure on our company these days. And you're one of my best employees. Everyone loves you. And now, you want an early retirement.
Mr. Henny, I'm not asking for an early retirement. All I want is to reduce my hours. I know it will mean less pay.
Reduce them to what? What are we talking about?
First of all, no more regular overtime, especially on Wednesdays and Fridays.
You're asking me to make a concession for you, you know.
You said I'm one of your best employees.
You are. All right, I'll see what I can do. I'll have to interview some job applicants to take up the slack. Just tell me one thing. Why are you doing this?
For my family.
Did I ever tell you I was married 3 times?
No, sir.
Are you trying to save your marriage?
To save my whole family. They need me, and I need them.
Well, good for you. Okay, let me get on this.
Thank you, sir.
I wonder how Brother and Sister Adams are doing. I miss them already.
So do I. But I know they're having a good time in their new assignment. I know. What do you say we call them after our study?
That would be great.
Okay, everybody. It's 6 o'clock. Okay, so who wants to remind us what tonight's topic is?
How science supports the Bible's account.
Very good. I see everyone came prepared.
Brad, you made it.
Welcome, son.
What about the band?
I don't know. I don't know where their heads are. But I thought about what you said, Dad. And I realized I need to be here.
Kids, let's start with a prayer. First, is there anything anyone wants me to include on behalf of our family?
Yes. Can you thank Jehovah that we're all here together?
All right. Let's thank Jehovah that we can all be here to worship Him together.
Is Dad okay?
Sure. He just feels happy.
Let me start here. Let's thank Jehovah for helping us to worship Him as a family.